And we are live here today with the Martinsville AASC feature. If I sound a little bit like shit, I woke up with a pretty sore throat. It's not as bad now, it's a little bit just scratchy. Could just be allergies, I'm not sure. But we'll see. We have 6 cars entered for today. Steve Waters is off at turn 3 and 4. There could be more that show up, but so far your lineup is we got Mr. Monaco, Floats, Rai, Dirt Boys, a couple other people in the field. So, that being said, Mr. Monaco will be watching you first. Again, this is going to be single car qualifying. The lights are green for the number 7 Lobotomy Racing Mug Machine. A lot of interesting sponsors on this car. So he makes his way down the back straightaway. Is that lag on my end? No, that's on his end. Coming up from Europe, the Italian car. First lap now started. As he makes his way through 1 and 2 to mark his first lap. Mr. Monaco is looking very quick. We've been having issues all weekend with the first sector, so let's see what Sector 2 looks like. 10.468 for Sector 2. He's going to make his way down the front straightaway. 20.593. That's going to be lap 1. That is a very, very fast lap. Actually, the fastest one I think we've seen today, just in general. So, Mr. Monaco absolutely cooking it. Now make his way through 3 and 4 for the second time by. This time by the white flag in the air for Mr. Monaco. He's not going to go any faster this time. However, with a untouchable looking pole position, I don't think anyone's going to challenge that. And a lot of lag for Mr. Monaco this lap. Is that going to affect the lap time though? Yes, it is. As he makes his way out of 3 and 4. Checkered flag for Mr. Monaco. So the last 2 laps were not quite as fast. He'll pull off through turn 2, but if you guys could pull off through turn 3, generally that'd be a bit more appreciated. Green flag for the next car. Float. Not the float from KRE, but Float is Keen. Taking the Kyle Larson style 5 car. We have another one that will be racing later on this season when we do our California sweep. However, in the meantime, the number 5 car makes their way down the front straightaway. Now into 3 and 4. Or sorry, into 1 and 2. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. So, second car out of the racetrack. Let's see what Flo can do. Flo was looking really fast in practice. We'll see what they can get going here as they make their way through Sector 2. Out of 4 to the front straight. First lap, 21.280. They got 2 more to go. Into 3 and 4 for lap 2. This time by, the white flag will be waving. So 1 more for Float. They cross the start finish line. Their time is a little bit faster. Not quite under the 21 range yet. 21.017. I know they could go a little bit quicker than that. Down the back straight into 3 and 4. A little bit up through the middle lane, but we'll dive it back down low. And across the line goes Float. Checkered flag. They do improve, but only by a couple thousandths. Looks like they're going to hold that pace so far. 20.016 if the next car can get ready. Rai, green flag. Rai now making his way out onto the racetrack. He made his car last week. I forgot if he raced there or not. But the 29 car making their way out into the racetrack. We're going to check that real quickly. That is true. Yes. Alright, so Rai now out on the racetrack to start their first lap. They made their debut last weekend. And they're going to make a show of force. They make their way across the front straightaway. And 21.414 for lap 1-2 to go. Now making their way through 3 and 4. At green sector 2. Across the start finish line, they go a little bit faster, only a little bit over a tenth behind Floats. Currently third on the board, 21.179. White flag in the air for Rai Rai. As they make their way now through sectors 3 and 4, the checkered flag is going to come out. Final time by, let's see if they do. And they will not be improving. Alright, well, next up in the field, we have Olympus, and they're going to make their way out early, but that's going to work just fine for us. This car's going to be a little bit slow anyway, so get off the line. Up next in the 782 car, that is the rental. It was designed originally, I believe, by Blue Gen, but pretty much just open for new cars. That is Dirt Boys. They make their way out to the racetrack. This is going to be their first race. They go down low, back up. Not a bad looking line there. But an overall new driver, but let's see what they're capable of doing. Their lines look pretty alright for the most part. As they make their way across the start-finish line, 21.288. That's going to be lap 1. They got 2 to go now. Now down the back straightaway, and their chatbot seems to still be open for some reason. Yeah, if you guys are revving, could we try not to? People are okay though. White flag in the air for Dirt Boys. Let's see how he is. Third on the board with a 21.178. A fairly strong qualifying run. Float also new to the series. Both of them saying very fast times. Checker flag now out. As let's see who's up next. Asphalt Racer Braden, the runner-up from the Rotsmont feature. The last 2 guys in the field were up in the Rotsmonts. These are some of the hot dogs from the biggest series, Necessary. The green flag's out for Asphalt Racer Braden. Braden had some promising looking results in practice. They take the 0-1 machine, faintly inspired, I believe, off of the General Lee car. They across the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Braden now making his way down the back straightaway. Okay, my internet just died. Let me rejoin real quickly. Again, only 3 laps. If you do any extra, you'll have to start from the rear. So, just try to be careful about that. And there is 3 laps for Braden. I'm sorry that we did not catch him, but he is the other car in the field to get a sub 21. And he'll be setting a 20.739. We did miss that. Sorry for the internet disconnection there. Up next, Steve Waters. Green flag out for you. And Steve Waters is the last car in qualifying today's field. Let's turn up the volume of the cars a little bit. And operating the number 17 car, this is a Darrell Wall tribute. Steve Waters has really been cooking this entire season with liveries. He has a Kyle Larson scheme. He's going to run in the California sweep. It's going to be the number 17 though, not to be confused with the 5. We'll be running a couple of other interesting liveries. Of course, he started off with the Ryan Priest car. And this is his first lap. Let me change your laps. 21.414 for Steve Waters, now making his way down the back straightaway for lap 2. We also saw a NOS Energy car and a couple of other interesting looking machines. He's going to run way up high. Oh, that's a little bit off the line there, but that might allow him to carry some speed into his final lap. White flag in the air for Steve Waters. A little bit off here, but he's going to make his way out of 3 and 4 this final time by. Green sector 2, the checker flag going out for Steve Waters. Can he take that 5th place spot? He goes up to 4th. A purple sector 3 for Steve Waters. Unfortunately for him, he's going to have to stick with being tied with Float. That would have been good enough for a 3rd. However, he will still be able to start on the front row. By the way, guys, that is it for qualifying. If you guys can head to the start-finish line, please. So everyone can please start heading to the start-finish line. Inside and outside, we use the lines to give each other 1 car length of space, please. On the front row, on the inside, we will be taking Mr. Monaco. To the outside will be Asphalt Racer Braden. Once you are lined up, please turn your engine off and hop out. So again, Mr. Monaco to the inside front row. Down here where I'm standing, outside will be Braden. Float is Keen, will be on the inside of row 2. To the outside will be Steve Waters. To the inside of row 3, we'll have Dirt Boys. Dirt Boys, please line your car up on the inside lane on row 3. Once you have done so, turn your engines off and hop out. Steve Waters, please move up to 4th. Thank you. We're a little bit too close here. Yeah, these cars are kind of high try, so when we get going, it's going to be a little bit laggy. So just line your cars up in the middle of those lines. The only reason I'm doing this is just for lag reasons. So. Alright, we're going to clear out the extra cars. We'll be playing the American National Anthem. We did skip it out, of course, yesterday due to the tragic disaster, a natural disaster happened over in Southeast Asia. Of course, with the international drivers, some of them from Thailand, India, and other regions, impacted pretty heavily. That was yesterday. We're going to focus on what's going on today. It's going to be a good day. So, that being said, there's some rules to pay attention to. We're going to do 40 miles an hour for pacing today. We're going to try to do 10 laps, but if you guys look like you're pacing completely fine, then we will be doing 5 laps or less. But that's just something to keep in mind. Just removing all the extra cars. Don't mind me. I think that's everything. Yeah. So as you can see, there's a square with a chevron in it where I'm hopping. When we do cautions will come out if there's a spin or a driver disconnecting, some sort of situation where a driver stops or slows down significantly on track. You will have 3 strikes, which on a track like this should be pretty darn lenient. I don't think anyone that spins out 3 times should be even racing these in a course of 30 laps. But when we go into caution, if at all, which it seems like it's going to be pretty unlikely, you guys will be going single file. And make sure to give each other plenty of space. Make sure to spread out once you do that. Because on a certain lap, I will call it like something like, let's say you're on the back stretch or turn 4, maybe even on the front stretch, I might go, okay guys, it's choose lane time. And you have to choose the inside or the outside. Once you choose that, you're going to fill in to the front of that row. Please turn your engine off, by the way. If you go through the square, that will be counted as messing up. You'll be put to the rear. If you accelerate and pass somebody, that would also be kind of treated as not giving the person ahead of you a chance to make a good choice. So please don't do that. If you do that, if it's really obvious you're doing that, you might be put to the rear too. So just spread out, give each other plenty of time to make a choice. So that being said, we'll be playing the National Anthem very shortly, and then we'll begin on to today's 30 lap feature. Believe it or not, the race itself should probably be the shortest time of today. And if you guys want to stick around for an interview after the race is done, you can. I will be getting everyone that stays around. So, we're just going to get straight to it. Alright, drivers, start your engines. Once you're in your car, that is indicated you're ready. If you're not ready, then you can hop out. Alright, everyone's in their cars. Again, pace speed on the inside road will be 40 miles an hour. Outside, you're going to have to keep up. You will go 40 on the straights, a little bit faster on the corners. Yellow flags out going to car heavy goes. Alright.
Blah 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 blah.
Alright, well anyways, from the back to the front, Rai is going to start us up in the 6th place spot, 29 car. To the inside of row 3, let's not tire one please. We have Dirt Boys in the 782. And the row ahead to the outside, you have Steve Waters in the 17 Daryl Waltrip tribute car. To the inside, in the Kyle Larson tribute car, number 5, being driven by Float is King. Now to the front row. Again, it looks a lot like the General Lee inspired car. That's what Racer Braden taking it over today. It's going to be starting from the outside to the inside. Mr. Monaco. Alright. Well, we look like we're pacing pretty good, so we're going to try to go with 5 laps. So we got 3 more laps of pacing. Just try to stay behind the car that's ahead of you. Actually, so far, the best pacing we've seen all week. So, that's good. Reminder that when it comes to green time, you guys in the front row are going to be held a bit more accountable. You guys will not be going until the green flag is called. Outside road, you guys can move up a little bit here. Yeah, now the corners, you guys are going to be going a little bit faster, then you're going to go back to 40 on the straights. So, we'll most likely be going to the restart zone. However, we will be calling jumps if they happen. Don't be that guy. If the guy in the front row, either inside or outside, so far behind that the row behind passes some before we go green, that'll be considered a sandbag. And there will also not be any passing until the start-finish line, at least from the car ahead of you. The only exception to this is if a car in that particular row that is ahead of you is going very slowly, we'll say, okay, I'm allowed to pass this car. And it will be pretty obvious, but just because you can pass one car does not give you the permission to jump everyone in that row, just that particular person is slow, so just keep that in mind. Steve Flyers, if you can move up a little bit. Alright, this is it folks, 1 lap here. Mr. Monaco, move up a little. Mr. Monaco, move up. Mr. Monaco, move up. Okay. Ready to move up, ready to move up, ready to move up, ready to move up, ready to move up. Outside up. Okay, watch your pace. Yellow flag. Asphalt Racer Braden, that was a jump. That is a warning. Do that again, you're back to the field. The yellow flag's out. We're doing that again. Get back to your order. Braden, get back up. Stop sandbagging. Okay. Mr. Monaco, move up. We gotta be side by side here if we want to go green. We can't have any issues with that. Braden up, Braden up, Braden up. Okay. Yellow flag again. Braden, come on, dude. I'm not going to call that against you because that was kind of iffy, but that was also really just... You need to stop sandbagging. Be a nose ahead of him. Okay? If we want to go green here, we can't go green if we do this. You want to be on your POV about a nose ahead of him. If you need to cut close to him, you can. Yeah. Green flag. the green flag going out. Mr. Monaco with a bad start. He'll get passed by Steve Waters at the line. As for Racer Braden, in the meanwhile, taking the lead. We are going to clear the board now. Side by side between Steve Waters, Mr. Monaco. All three in the front of the field. Rotsmod drivers. Again, these are a lot of the SSCRA regulars, but there is some new guys looking to make a face here. Rai right behind them, so is Float. These guys could potentially be making a name for themselves. Here's Steve Waters down the inside of Mr. Monaco. He'll rise it back up high as we see side by side for the lead. Mr. Monaco, as for Racer Braden. Float and Rai side by side, but we got a pack developing here, folks, at the front of the field. 3 wide between Steve, Float, and Rai. Rai's going to look down the bottom. Here's Mr. Monaco around the outside. Side by side for the lead. 3-car battle for the last spot on the podium. That is a racer 25 Robux. Once at least alone for 25. Monaco's going to get a little bit on the brakes. Braden getting out of attack range. But Mr. Monaco still has his sights right on the 0-1 car. They go 3 wide into turn 1. Steve Waters is going to file himself back. In today's 30-lap feature. Float looking down the inside of Rai. It looks like the battle for the podium is going to be an absolute banger today. Both the two new guys making a bit of a name themselves. However, Steve Waters still holding up. It looks like Float actually is looking through the rear bumper of Mr. Monaco. It could be some lag issues. The car visibly is slowing down for a little bit. He was looking really fast in the practice session. He does have quick time, but it just shows that when you lose just a little bit of your groove, it can really mess you up a lot. There's Rai and Float both passing the SSCRA regulars. However, the 0-1 car has held a dominant performance today. A couple little strikes there from the 7 Lobotomy racing machine, as he currently runs a side-by-side with Steve Waters. It does look like an onset of lag issues for Mr. Monaco. He's going to get loose, saves himself, but something definitely going wrong with the 7 car. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, your second and third place driver Float and Rai currently almost racing it out. Float has made up about a car length gap here between himself and the 29 car. So far, I think the greatest show we've had this weekend has probably been in the stock car class, the AASC. So far, things have ran very cleanly, which is something that we're longing to see both Thursday and Friday, but it looks like today on Saturday these cars, so far we got a 11-lap green flag for them, or 10 laps, 15 laps, so that's probably one of the longer green flag periods we've had all weekend, and it'll probably continue that way. No one seems to be having issues. As Mr. Monaco has rebounded a little bit here, looking at the rear bumper of Steve Waters. That is for 4th place. He'll run it down the inside. Steve Waters to the outside. As they once again run it side by side for the 4th place spot. How about for 2nd place? Here we go. Float and Rai. We're separated at the end of the corner by about a car length, but it looks like Float has made up a bit of a gap by the end of it. And a beautiful exit by the 5 machine. So next lap will be halfway home. Steve Waters still holding out for number 7 Lobotomy racing machine. How about up again? I think we're going to run side by side. Depends on the rubber banding. Oh, we got side by side in 2nd place. Rai makes the move. So are we for the 4th place spot. Mr. Monaco and Steve Waters. Even though they've had their issues, seemingly still battling out, but side by side there for 2nd place. Asshole Racer Braden, this is his race to lose at this point. 2.5 seconds build up here. Float's going to go all the way up to the wall. And he goes inside. We're going to yellow flag it. Asshole Racer Braden gets the race back. Second place is going to go to Rai Guy. And how about for third? Mr. Monaco will get it at the line. Steve Waters very close up behind in second place. V-Lag might click on his field. He did not that way. As we have a mechanical issue there for Float, his controller supposedly died, and I could believe that. Currently trying to get it back going. So, we're going to get single file here. No choose lane, no choose lane. We're just going single file. So far a good race, but Float is down, still stuck there off the turn, or still stuck off turn 2 on the back straight. We get him some extra leniency there to get back into the field. So. Stand by his car, he'll be merging at the back of the field. Alright, Dirt. Or Float. Alright, Float, just let them pass you, merge at the back of the field. They're coming up here. You are clear to go once they pass you, okay. We will be doing choose lane this time by. Again, on the Chevron, you're going to be choosing inside or outside, then you're going to fill in just like NASCAR. So, again, when we stand right by it, folks. So, inside or outside, do not go through the square. Braden goes to the outside, right to the inside. Mr. Michael outside. Steve Waters inside. And it looks like the outside lane's going to open up a little bit. The front 2 rows, however, are good. We'll be going green this time. We are pacing fine. Let's see. Green flag. A lot of pass Rai. I think that particular was almost rolled down, so start good. Mr. Monaco, however, with a refreshed run for the lead. Meanwhile, it looks like the 782 car got very off shape, but he does get it back rolling. Mr. Monaco side by side for second place with Rai. Well, outgun him on the straights, but a lot of lag issues for the 70 machine. And meanwhile, I want to say that Braden has taken the quick time, 20.04. Side by side for the second place spot, right behind your leader, Asshole Racer Braden and Rai Guy Ellis, Mr. Monaco, both ready into turn 1. Mr. Monaco is going to get on the exit. Float, despite having this restart from 6th place, has to make a bit of a rebound up to the 4th place spot. They've passed Steve Waters, they've passed Dirt Boys. And here's Rai looking around the inside of Mr. Monaco. He'll back it off on the exit. And it really does look like it is Braden's race to lose. As next time by will be going 5 laps to go. 5 to go here, side by side for the podium spot between Float and Mr. Monaco. Mr. Monaco also not far behind Rai. Could change things around any moment too. So here we go with a potential 3-car battle for the second place spot. Rai at the helm of it. Split up a good exit as Mr. Monaco running side by side with Float for the 3rd place spot. And Float gets it. Number 5 Kyle Larson Tribute car is going to make his way up to 3rd place. However, Mr. Monaco just behind. Any mistake made by that 5 machine could turn things around. 3 laps to go for your leader. Asphalt Racer Braden makes his way down into turn 1. Clear track behind him and clear track ahead of him. Nothing at this point can stop the 0-1 car. We do have a caution at this point, of course. We will be going into overtime. I'll be a 2-lap shootout. We are good to go for now. Here's Mr. Monaco, Steve Waters, both side by side for a second. Mr. Monaco is going to give him audio. That's a 2 go. Fastball Racer Braden. This is the last time for anything to go wrong. You can see Float and Rai currently racing out for the 2nd place spot. So a lot of competition, even at the grassroots level of SSC. Braden makes his way across the front straight, and this is the white flag, folks. No more cautions. This is how the race ends today. Braden's made up a lot. He has won since the opening race at Arcadia Midgets. We got 2 cars side by side down the back straight to 3 and 4. But meanwhile, coming down the front stretch, your race winner is going to be Asphalt Racer Braden. Floats gonna get at 2nd place at the line. Rai in 3rd. Mr. Monaco in 4th. Dirt Boys in 5th. And Steve Waters assistant. Remember, please make your way to the pit lane. Your race winner can make some. You can search in donuts up there if you'd like. So, if you guys can make your way to the pits, that would be greatly appreciated. As for again the first. His first win since Arcadia, it's Asphalt Racer Braden, making its way out turns 3 and 4. Maybe bringing it down, spinning it out. Doing some little donuts here. Looks like Asphalt Racer Braden's going to come home tonight with the Martinsville clock. I'll be up there in turns 1 and 2 once you're ready. Again, if you guys want to stick around for interviews, please do so. I honestly think it's been one of the best races we've had this weekend. Unsurprisingly, the 1-2 chalk car class, after working out as a soccer class, racing in Martinsville. Who would have guessed? Honestly, though, thank you guys for turning up today. It's been a great race. And let me join in for the victory lane photo. I'll just move up to here, it's okay. Alright, so we're going to get our word out of today's race winner, Asphalt Racer Braden. Looks like a very, very dominant performance that we saw today out of the race. However, you did have a little bit of a challenge there from points from Mr. Monaco. It just seemed like his air net was not in today. However, a win in the books, the 2nd one this season since your midget win at Arcadia. What do you guys say took you to victory lane today?
Well, I mean, the car was really good. I mean, props to Mr. Monaco for putting up a hard fight at the start. I seen he had a bad restart or a bad start, and then I just checked that after that. I mean, I wasn't really all that fast in practice. I left maybe a tenth and a half on the track. Driver made mistakes, but other than that, it was a pretty good, solid race. I mean, I kept getting faster and faster and stayed more consistent. I didn't really slip up as much as I thought I did last night in the Rocks mods, but let's see if we can hopefully go to Richmond next week and try to complete a sweep.
Alright, like that confidence. It's an awesome ride here, the 01 car. I know you took it from, I believe that was Blitz's car coming just this weekend, but solid machine. And overall, not a bad race. It looked like you did your choose lane just the way you should have. You know, everything went pretty much right there. Is there anything else you want to say before we move on?
No.
Alright. Thank you there, Braden. Good luck coming into next weekend or whenever you feel like racing again. Again, tomorrow we'll be doing the Formula Micros and the Super Indies. That's right, folks. Indy cars on a short track. It's going to be insanity. Anyways, let's get back into order, and see who was where. Want to make sure I could confirm the positions before we finish things up. So Braden got first, Float got second, Right third, Mr. Monaco fourth, and I believe that is the next person in order. So Mr. Monaco here had a pole position. Unfortunately, looks like some issues came up that caused you to fall a little bit back today. If you could bring me through what happened to you in the race.
Fucking PC, man. I could do race. I do drive of the century. The fucking thing will put me at 21.5. Fuck's sake.
A very
Who will win because of a fucking one-core PC would fuck. Where the fuck did I even get this shit from? Fuck's sake.
So some very frustrated, just overall very frustrated about today's race, Mr. Monaco. However, there's of course more races coming up in the future. I know the ones you look up the most forward to being the GTIs, coming up in a few weekends. Of course, after next weekend, the one after the next race weekend we got after that, will be Sebring. So if you look up to that, we will be running these things as a morning feature. That might be something you might be looking up to.
Yeah, I'm pumped for Sebring, but honestly, this fucking race, it wasn't even dictated by with driving skill for me. It was dictated by PC. Fucking garbage.
Very much understandable. A lot of drivers have had some great races just ruined by that. I know I've had my races ruined by my internet on this track before, so totally can understand that sort of situation you're in. But hopefully that won't be the case for the future. It could just be a one-off thing today. We'll have to see. Is there anything else you want to say before we move on? Excuse me.
No, that's all.
Okay. Well, thank you for turning out today, Mr. Monaco. We're going to move on to the last car, Dirt Boy. Let's see. You could do chat interview, or you could choose to do voice. I'll unmute you, but I'll also allow you the choice of using chat. I think it actually might be AFK. Yeah. Alright, so, again, that is all for today. It was just a little stock car feature. Coming up in Sunday, 2 more races. We'll be starting up with a 50-lap Formula Micro feature at 12 p.m. US Pacific Standard Time, and then at 2 p.m. we'll be doing a 200-lap Super Indy race. These are going to be the fastest cars you've seen all weekend. Cars in the 15 seconds lap range, and actually I think the Super Indies might be in the 14 seconds range. Should make for some very, very high-speed action, a lot of quick decision making. The Super Indies will be doing pit stops, so that's going to be a big factor. But all those races should be held over in the SLC server. So we are done with SLC for this weekend. Next weekend we go to Richmond, which is the very famous 3/4 of a mile speedway in Northern Virginia. So that should be it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and till next time, that is it. Bye.